Our last guest, you guys make human-grade food for cats.
Yay!
So let's welcome the co-founder and CEO of Smalls, Matt Michaelson, and the vice president of growth at Smalls, Justin Renard. How are you guys doing?
Doing great.
We love cats.
Get a cat.
Amazing.
So I want to get a cat. I want your cat food. It'll be great.
Yeah, what is it about?
So we make a line of human-grade food for cats. Really, most pet food is focused on dogs and human convenience. And so really the story goes back to World War II, where you have a ration on some meat products, and kibble really comes to the fore of the pet food industry. But it's really ultimately designed around these wartime rations and human convenience. But the industry never really looks back. And so we have these kibble products out in the world, and you know, they're not as healthy as they could be for cats and dogs. At the same time, you have most of the industry really focused on making food for dogs. Cats have some pretty specific needs around being obligate carnivores. That means they have really, really high protein needs. And so we make a line of human-grade, cat-specific food for cats.
For your future cat, for example, what... Like a he?
I want to be a little girl. I want to be one of those hairless cats.
All right. So what can she expect from you guys that's different from something it can grab off the aisle of a supermarket?
Is it organic?
Yeah.
Like that whole
Yeah. So, human grade is all about following the same standards that most human food is produced, packaged, and distributed by. So the same sort of food you'd find in the grocery store for you and I to eat.
Right.
So we use the same practices when sourcing and producing our food. And so what that means is when you go to smalls.com and you tell us about what kind of cat you have, how old they are, how big they are, what your goals are, if they're a new cat or they have some specific health needs, that sort of thing, we then will put together a plan for you to try the food at home. And then you can essentially receive the food delivered straight to your door.
Wow.
It's packed, frozen, fresh, delivered in a week. And it really is the healthiest cat food that exists. Really.
Yeah, we see our customers notice a really big difference. So you'll see things like more energy, less shedding, less smelly litter box, really all the changes that you would see when you go from eating an unhealthy diet to eating something that's really, really healthy. You start to see that same kind of change in your cats.
Like when your friend eats like junk food and then suddenly they start eating really clean. You're like, wow, you look so nice.
They
Your
look
skin's
good.
nice, your
They
hair's
feel
nice.
better.
The same thing happens
Everything.
for cats.
We have a lot of dogs in my family, and my mom tries to give them all of this really bougie, healthy food, and they don't really like it all the time. Do the cats like the food? Are they a fan of the food? Because a lot of times dogs they kind of want. I don't know. Well, that's what I've noticed.
Yeah, it's much easier to feed dogs, right? You put a bowl of fresh meat down for dogs, and 99% of the time they're going to come coming to look for it. But cats, they're a little bit different. And so we've spent a lot of time on the R&D side making sure that our food is as tasty as possible. The other thing is that we know that different cats have different preferences, so we have a lot of different options. We have pate, we have chunks and gravy, we have fish. We've really invested on making sure we have a complete line of food. And then from there, we've designed the experience to accommodate for cats having preferences. So you start off with a sampler pack, you try a bunch of different flavors, and then you can subscribe to the products and the flavors that your cats like the most. So we really understand cats. We think about cats first, and we built the products and the whole experience to really accommodate them.
Yeah.
How long did it take to do that? How long did, because cats are very nah, go away. Whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Years, actually. Yeah, years. Actually.
Years?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's when we started. We actually spent the first year and a half, 2 years working on just developing the food to get it right. Before we started to build the sort of experience around trying it at home and making the variety that we now have today in our store.
I love that. I love that it's
Yeah,
customized.
it's
I love that you can
customized
try
too.
it. I get my food delivered from a food delivery thing. It's all fresh and everything. And now I can have that for my cat.
Exactly.
For
This
her
is amazing.
cat, future cat,
Yes.
how can the cat express her preference? Should we bring the cat, hey, try these 10 things,
I'll
and
just,
then
do, samples.
meow? What?
Yeah, so so the sampling experience we've made is really just getting a smaller amount of the food you would normally receive if you were just a regular subscriber. And so if you're already feeding your cat, because most of our customers are coming in, they already have a cat or many cats, and they're introducing our food when normally they would be eating another brand's food. And so the thing that we actually recommend is you start slowly, meaning you might give them a little bit of the new food next to their old food, so they can begin to be introduced to the smells, the taste, the flavor, and then slowly but surely start replacing the old food with the new as they get more accustomed to it.
Yeah, of course. I love that. I just love that the whole thing is customized. You get to have it like delivered to your door. I
Yeah,
feel
like cats can have as a personalized or cat. I don't know what is the word for like personalized by cat.
Yeah.
Like for cat, they have a personalized experience like all of us can.
I think a lot of people also don't even, or maybe they do, I don't know, but cats are neophiles, if you've heard
Okay,
this term
yeah.
before, meaning they like variety, like to try new things. And so it's actually a pretty common need to actually change the flavors that you're offering your cat periodically. Something you should know about is you should have variety in your kitchen.
Okay,
for your
good.
cat. So when you
Yeah, of course. Who just wants one brand of cereal? You know what I mean? You gotta switch it up.
moods,
So,
you got moods, right?
Gotta make
yeah, of
Some of them are
course.
really picky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
True.
Yeah.
So obviously your brand is called Smalls. Where can people get it? How can they get it delivered to their door? Is it nationwide?
Yep, it's nationwide. You can go to smallsforsmalls.com, go through the little quiz, tell us about your cat. We'll pick up on all the sort of different preferences they might have or health considerations they might have, send you a sample pack to get started, and then you can kind of see what your cat leans towards, what they like the most.
I love it. And would you recommend it for? So I'll probably get like a little kitten or something.
Yeah.
Is it better to start her off
You
right
should
on that?
start as soon
Yeah.
as possible.
Yeah.
The health
Yeah.
differences are really, they're meaningful. You'll really notice a difference, and if you can start off, early, then that's great.
Yeah, it's kind of like with people too, establishing really good eating habits. Some of our customers that feed exclusively kibble and they're looking to really improve the health of their cat find that it can be a little bit harder to switch them off of kibble. It's kind of like
Exactly.
Doritos for cats. You don't want to stop eating that delicious stuff, but it's definitely better for the cat.
All right. Thank you both for being here.
Yes, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Really
This
cool.
was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for having us.